I'm sitting here walking back from the grocery store, and I think I figured out why my generation doesn't work hard. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but I think a real reason why a large percentage of people in my generation, this younger generation, doesn't work hard is because everything else in our society tells us that it doesn't take a long time to get that success. You know what I mean? When I mean success, I mean the reward. So, like, one thing our generation has that other generations didn't have was the fact that you could go online and just be constantly entertained. Like, to find success, the reward of laughter, you can go on TikTok and give it 3 swipes and boom. You know what I'm saying? All these things in our lives, we have video games, we have all these things that are telling us that it doesn't take a lot of time to get what we want. We have all these people on YouTube that says, at 18, I was able to be a millionaire. We have all these signs that success is quick, when that's just not the reality. We see all these people on social media looking great, but their life really isn't great, so we think we're supposed to have a life great already. Like, there's constant comparison, and there's this constant reminder that doesn't seem obvious, but it is obvious, that it doesn't take a lot to be successful. It doesn't take a lot to reach something. We're constantly comparing ourselves, and that's just not the reality. I'm somebody that's 24 years old, and I'm not saying this to say, like, I did it quickly. Like, I am at 24 years old, a full-time entrepreneur, and doing it. But it took years to get here. And I think one of the greatest things I've ever done is just not quit. I think too often we quit. We say, oh, well, we tried it for a little bit, it didn't work out. Oh, we don't have talent at it, let's not do it. Like, just put in some time for a long period of time and see what happens. I think we forget the result. Who are you becoming in the process? The results will come. I think too often we look at social media, we look at YouTube, we look at all these things we really can't control, and we say, man, that's the reason we aren't successful yet, because we don't have this one cheat code or that little cheat code. There's all these things that make us think we're just one little cheat code away, or one little, you know what I'm saying, when that's not the reality for anything. So we're starting and stopping. Maybe we try this, and it's good to try things, but if you never actually fully try them, you'll never really know what you can do. So I think a lot of people are trying things, but they aren't giving it their all. They're seeing if they can do it halfway and still reap the rewards. They don't want to grind. They're ducking the grind to reach success, and I think success comes from you putting your head down and saying, I'm doing this whether you like it or not, whether the world accepts me or not, whether I get immediate results or not. If you can have that level of passion, I think that's what takes you far. But I think also we've got into a society where we don't think doing what we love matters. Like, well, we become so money conscious, we become so, like, safety conscious. You know, if it isn't working out immediately, we feel like we're taking a big risk and it's not working out. But, like, dude, like, everything's a risk. You know, living without going after your dreams is risky because you will regret for the rest of your life. I think we have to have more patience. If we aren't patient enough to stick it out with things, we'll never know our fullest potential. We get out of situations when the opportunity to grow is finally arising. The opportunity to grow in something is not when you're doing good at it, when everybody's clapping and saying good job for starting or good job for getting this award. The growth happens when it seems unlikely, when it seems like nobody's watching your videos, when nobody's giving you an A+ on the test, when nobody's saying, man, I want to give you this much money to do this. What are you doing when nobody's paying you, nobody's watching the videos, nobody's paying attention, nobody's congratulating you, nobody's patting you on the back? What are you doing? Like, are you willing to do that thing with nobody watching, nobody congratulating you? When you find what that is, stick to it and don't let anybody tell you you can't do it or achieve any goal through that, because that's where you need to be. I'm telling you, all the great things in life are within you just saying, I'm not going to quit, and staying consistent for a long period of time. You staying creative for a long period of time. But people don't want to do that. People want the easy way out. And the easy way out is only going to get you minimal results. In the short term, the easy way out is going to be rewarding over the person that sticks it out. But over the long term lifestyle, you just keep repeating that same process and needing that short-term validation, while the person that sticks it out is going to look stupid for 4 years, for 5 years. But then they're going to live the rest of our lives for freedom because they actually stuck it out and grew. A lot of us are ducking growth because we're not used to challenges. We're used to our parents saying, it's okay, you tried. Like, no, like, try more. Don't quit. You know, one of the greatest lessons my dad ever showed me was that we don't quit on things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was playing a sport and towards the halfway point of the season, if I didn't like it no more, I couldn't quit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to keep playing and push through it. And oftentimes what I realized was, man, I actually do like this. I just had to work at it enough to be able to learn how to do this, to dribble the ball or to kick the ball or whatever it may be. But we often quit before we ever find out what we're really made of, what we really like to do, because we're so trained in our minds with all the things we do to get immediate satisfaction. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, you can't like just study something for 3 weeks, take a test, and you know what I'm saying? Like, no, life is about this lifelong journey. You know what I'm saying? There's all these things I feel like in society, and I'm speaking very general. I don't want it to mean I'm against school or I'm against participation trophies or I'm against, watching videos on TikTok. But I just think there has to be some type of thing for our generation to show that the little steps every single day for a long period of time do matter. Because all we see is the shortcuts. That's all we see. You go on YouTube and it's all these shortcuts, all these videos. The reason we click on videos is because they're clickbaiting us into this method or this thing we're gonna find out when we click on this video that it's the cheat code. And I do it sometimes. I'm not even gonna cap with some of my videos. But like, it's all these signs that things happen quicker than they really do. When in reality, you just have to become the person. You just have to become the person. So what I want you all to do, if you're watching this video, I want you to find something you absolutely love to do. And if you already know what that is, stick to it. I don't really believe in just doing something because you're talented at it or because you're good at it. I believe you can get good at anything if you put in the time. It's just most people don't want to put in the time. Find what you're willing to do regardless of what anybody else says. Regardless if anybody gives you a pat on the back, regardless. Results, whatever. And stick to it over a long period of time. And I promise you, if you stick with it, if you don't quit, failure isn't even possible because you're not going to quit. I believe failure is just quitting. As long as you're still going and still trying, success is just a matter of time. Okay? So y'all give this a like, comment, subscribe. I hope I was making some sense. Sometimes I'm just yapping, but this is my best take. I really do think we need to be able to, have that delayed gratification and really put in that time. So like, comment, subscribe. I drop every single day at 9:30 a.m. ET. See y'all in the next video. Peace.